Welcome back, YAH Royals. Praises to the Most High YAH for all his many blessings. This is another video coming from a princess of YAH royal family. Wanted to share some insights with you on this morning. And along with that, a dream I just had early this morning. Just want to give you what I received. And also want to cover some scriptures from Deuteronomy 28. And also want to speak a little bit on our brothers out there on the highways, in the byways, a little bit about them, putting them in the spotlight. And also, I want to talk about Prince Michael put out a post, which actually is on the BAM migration website. Some insights more about that coming soon, right at you after my coffee. About to make my coffee. Be back soon. My family, this is my cup of coffee. Looks great. Smells great. So I pray that all had a great day yesterday with the Sabbath. And I was blessed late evening after the Sabbath close out. My daughter blessed me with a beautiful plush comforter set for my bed, and the pillows that I got some weeks back. I tell you, I slept like a true princess, a true princess. And so I just wanted to touch bases with you all, family, that so much is going on within the world, and what's happening is that unfortunately that ones may see that the fall of other nations is the uprising of our nation. Welcome to another segment, the highlighted scriptures of the Bible. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Almighty, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Almighty, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Almighty will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Let's go to Amos 3:2. Amos 3:2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6, starting at the 6th verse. For thou art an holy people unto the Almighty. The Almighty has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all. But because the Almighty loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, have the Almighty brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Almighty, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. and repayeth them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments and keep and do them, that the Almighty shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers. And he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thy oil, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Thou shalt be blessed people above all people. There shall not be a male or female barren among you or among your cattle. And the Almighty will take away from thee all sickness, and put none of evil disease of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. And thou shalt consume all the people which the Almighty shall deliver thee. Thy eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. So family, we're going to pause there. Amazing. What stands out is speaking about diseases. That we should not have any diseases among us. That the Almighty, he said he will show hate. Hate will be those right to the face. That he would deliver us. He will put back on the curses back on those who are our enemies. Powerful. Let me get this back again before I close out from the highlighted scriptures for today. And repay them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. But somehow this world is speaking of an imbalance. Almighty, the Most High YAH, he is balance of love and hate. Thanks, family, for tuning into this segment. Look forward to the next segment coming up shortly. Family, in this segment is highlighting or putting a spotlight on our brothers in the highways and the byways who are out there, who are before many different walk of life. I used to be one that sat on the sidelines and judge and point at my brothers out there who were in some cases loud, obnoxious, you would say, cocky, self-centered. Until one day, as I was seeking the Most High for more understanding, and he led me to my brothers to understand about what precept was, to understand, to have where the scriptures would fit, that will bring light to an understanding from one to the other. See, the Almighty never led me to read the Bible throughout my whole entire life until he spoke to me and led me on this path to understand who I am. And in that, I was still being shown things by the Most High. But to bring full understanding of it all, to bring it back around and with a bow on top, so to say, he led me to my brothers. So I just want to say that if this could help bridge the gap, I can't, present the whole entire hour or two when they're out there, but I do know that they are facing demons. They are facing people who at any point can take them out. You have to have a spirit on you. And I definitely know that of the Most High to go out there in the forefront of our people and of other nations and share with our people who they are as Israelites, and then tell others about who they are, that judgment will come upon. I want to say I was like a lot of you who pointing fingers until I was led to see it from their angle. See, the Most High has us in different, areas within this walk. We all do different things, but we make up the body. We are His chosen people. We all not doing the same thing. So we must understand that. So I want to play a little bit of this. Can't play much of it, but as I'm led, I will put different ones in a highlight, a spotlight, and it will be, in a way, not for me to shed anything negative about them, but anything that the Most High leads me to say. If something does come out that you may not agree with, I will share. But also I will do other of my brothers and sisters, even the ones who, on the internet, and you don't even see their faces. I will do them as the Almighty leads me as well. Here we go.
That's talking about the other nations. After you, to inherit them for a possession, they shall be your bondmen forever, but over your brethren, us, our own people, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule over a slot. Ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. So that has nothing to do with how we can do our own people. That's talking about the other nations. That's what we want to do. And read that. Leviticus 25 and 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaid, about the slave, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen, the who? Of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So that has nothing to do with our people. That's doing with the other nations. It says if we're going to take people for slaves, it has to be them. We're not allowed to do that to our own people. So that has nothing to do with our people. Right?
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that, but so with that, like even if looking at that as given the option to do that,
yeah,
would you agree with that?
Yes, of course.
Because it's in the book.
No, because they've done it to us.
So
they've done it to us. So of course
I'm with you. I'm with you. You're talking an eye for an eye.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking about taking my eye, I might want both of you. That,
I ain't never heard nobody say it like that, but that's what I'm just saying.
That's pretty much what we said. It's the option.
Yeah, it's the option.
It's just my biggest problem with that is, don't get me wrong, man. Anybody that, when you do something to somebody, you deserve that karma. I believe so, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also believe in peace. Coming to some type of peace.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's ways to go about doing it. You know what I mean? But I am a person that also does view like, you come in here, you do this to me. Then yeah, if I chose to do it back to you, yes. But like what I take from that verse that you just read is that the option was always there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But take the heathen in captivity, yeah.
Right.
Because we're above everybody in this planet. Hold up. Get this.
Right.
Get Deuteronomy 7:6 real fast. Go ahead. This is why I want to do that.
Right? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Look it out.
It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Okay, yeah. So he made us a special people above everybody. So of course I want to do that. Why would I not want to do? That's really part of the gospel. That one day, people who's been afflicted and been put in Egypt, one day will take their oppressors into captivity and rule over them. That's what the Bible's talking about.
My thing with that is, okay, so we can say like, okay, let's say whoever they are for this reason, they are the oppressors now.
Yeah.
We are the ones being oppressed.
Yeah.
So at some point, you become the oppressor, and then you what is it? Depress them, right?
Well, there's a thing called justice, my brother.
No.
There's a thing called justice, man. You come with this like two wrongs don't make it right, but two wrongs. I mean, not two wrongs, but two wrongs don't make it right. But it damn sure makes us even, man. I want restitution for my people, man. That's what the Bible wants for us.
But what is even when you never get it?
What do you mean I'm never getting?
If one's at top, one's at the bottom, one day the one at the bottom goes, hey, we're sick of this, we want to be on top. The one at the bottom becomes the one at the top. Now the one at the top is now at the bottom. Eventually, as time goes on, this one that's at the bottom are now the oppressed, and now they're talking about being oppressed.
Yeah.
And then they eventually want to become the oppressor again.
But they
now
never will be, though.
It's a vicious cycle.
No, it's not. I'll tell you why.
You check history, you check the kingdoms, you check it all. They all were oppressors. They all got the...
So again, this brother who is out there inquiring, you can tell that he's not learned, because there was a time where the Israelites where the Almighty said He have set us above all nation. I've read that in Deuteronomy 28:1. But due to our fall of our forefathers not keeping the commandments, we were brought low. And when Esau was given by his father to have dominion over the earth, he said he will get it. This is his time now. Him and his posses and all these other nations who came in confederate, see, against us. I want to say that's in Psalms 83. I want to say when they came in confederate, against our people, that's them now having their dominion. It was always intended for the Israelites to be the rulers. But looking at it from another angle as well, to add on to what they're saying spiritually, is that, where we would rule in righteousness. But what comes with that, it will come where other nations will be put in slavery. They will be oppressed. Those who oppress will be oppressed. Those who enslave will be enslaved. Those who afflict will be inflict. Those who devour the Almighty's people will become devoured. So you could tell this young man, Hebrew there, who not quite getting it. Well, when it will always be one going to want to rise above the other. Well, okay, but when we get back in our rightful place, there will be no more other ones that will ever rise above us as Israelites. With the heading of the Most High, our King, then, our the Israelites, where we'll be ruling over the whole earth, but in righteousness. So let's continue to hear this, and I'll share the link.
From the inside, and all eventually crumble because you try to rule over people. It comes down to it, people rise up, and bad stuff happens to you. That's what, if you look at history throughout time, that's what's happened. People, all the greatest kingdoms.
Check this out, my brother. We believe in the Bible, right? So you're talking about it's going to be a vicious cycle. When we finally take the kingdom, it's going to be with us forever. So the people at the bottom are going to stay at the bottom. When we keep these commandments, we're going to be above all nations, like how we read it to your brother over here. So when we get our kingdom, it's going to last forever. Watch this.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 44. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
What?
Never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So the kingdom that we're going to have is not going to be left to other people. Nobody's going to come and take over us anymore. That's it. When we take the kingdom, that's going to be it.
So for the second time, I'm going to just share the link and you can see it in full. But I want to bridge the gap with our brothers out in the highways and the byways. We must understand, for everyone who will come and say, even where they use profanity. Well, family, let's go back to the drawing board. Who said what is profanity? Where did the words list came from and say this profanity, this can't be used. This profanity, that can't be used. Who created these words? Did they come from the Bible? It's man-made, family. So if you hear camps or ones out there using profanity, just understand, I literally had to sit down and come to a logical understanding. Who created the words and who called it profanity? Now, if something offend you because they put a word on the list and say you should not say this to this person, I get this. I understand that because they made it where it's offensive. Like saying the word nigga is offensive to our people from the ignorance of us not knowing what that means, right? But they say it in a condescending way that we feel, like, oh, hatred coming from them, right? But who made that word wicked? Like the word gay. Gay was about being happy. Who took on the word gay and made it into a negative spin, which they thought they were doing it in a positive spin. So we got to be mindful, family. So again, I'll come back on at a later time doing the segment spotlights on our brothers and sisters in the highways and the byways. See you shortly in the next segment, which I'll be talking about a dream. Welcome back, YAH Royals. Coming back on with the last segment of this video blog about a dream that I had. And it's in reference to, in the dream was as if it was our Messiah, that all fingers were pointed at ones who, like, out in front, who we might think that it is, but it was someone different. And I actually fell asleep when I was reading this, or after I was reading this, which I'm about to share about. Prince Michael just shared just last night on BAM2027.com, giving more insights to suing America, the United States, and also the state of Abraham Lincoln. So when I fell asleep, and in my sleep, I saw a man that seemed very familiar to me. He was in the forefront, he was talking, and I don't remember seeing anybody else there in the dream, but it was like if he was our Messiah. That's the feeling that I got, and that all fingers were pointed at ones who were out there on the forefront and bringing forth, insights to us, but they weren't the person. Now remember, Messiah is anointed. So I just want to make sure that we're understanding that. And as I was waking up out of the dream, I just kept saying over and over that he is so familiar to me. It's like I did not know, pinpoint that he was the Messiah, but it's if he was anointed, right? And as I came out of my dream, I started, saying he is so familiar to me. But I saw the face, I saw the body actually, and he was of an African descent. When I saw, again, waking up and still saying he is so familiar to me, he seems so familiar to me, it's like when I came to realize that now I'm woke, it's like everything was wiped away. But the person in the dream was so familiar, and it to me, it came across like if he was our, Messiah. He was anointed. He was one that the fingers were pointing at other people to carry forth. But he was the person that was going to carry it out. And so that's what I felt from the dream. So this is an article. It says, can the kingdom of heaven really sue the United States for enslaving Black people? And this is a part that Prince Michael shared. If you not familiar with Prince Michael, he's one that Kenya crowned prince, Kenya, Africa, which crowned prince from Mount Kenya, which they are claiming and saying that they have documents and a truth that is actually Mount Zion. So in this article, it's a lot of information, and I just wanted to just highlight some for the sake of time, family, just to let it be known that it says that the kingdom of heaven can sue the United States government for what it did and is still doing to Black Americans today. How they're able to do this is they're saying that the United States use within the Constitution and in the laws parts from the Bible, and what they will kind of counter back at by using the same scriptures that they use to prove such and such. So quite interesting. Like I said, for a second time, I'm not going to go in all, but there's a lawsuit that is out there for $1.28 quadrillion that was sent to the White House on the 8th of December, I want to say, that was signed off by the White House that they received it. Wakanda is from the movie The Black Panthers. There was within the Trump White House that in their far as system that had Wakanda as a real country, and they were doing trading, and they were trading at least anywhere from 12 to 20 different things that they were trading. And in this, you're finding out that it's not by chance, because Wakanda is a part of what they will call Mount Zion, okay, surrounding that. And